Hey guys, want to talk to you guys about a bait that I don't think a lot of people throw. It's actually a Yamamoto Ika. You actually catch a lot of fish with it, big fish, smallmouth, largemouth. Actually, I have not caught a spotted bass with it, but actually I haven't thrown it for spotted bass. Maybe I should start. But anyway, I'm gonna show you guys how to rig this thing, and it's gonna be a little different, something I figured out over the years and basically have honed into. So backstory with this, I was at Clear Lake, basically using it in practice, and I pretty much took it off and put it in my cup holder. Didn't think anything of it. So basically made the top 10 cuts the final day. Things were getting tough, my fish were getting beat up, and I was pretty much throwing a wacky rig Senko. Pretty much most of my weight came on a wacky rig Senko, and to that final day, I think the fish were so used to seeing a Yamamoto Senko that I had to show them something different. Anyway, we had probably about an hour left to fish. I found a pretty big male fry garter. The fry garter is about 4.5 pounds. So I'm pitching my Senko over there, wouldn't bite. Looked down at my cup holder and saw my Ika that I had in there for about 3 days. It's greasy, you know how those baits get in the cup holders. But anyway, reached for it. All I did was take off the bait, or my Senko on my spinning rod with 8-pound test line. Got my 1-odd decoy hook. All I did was hook it just like that, pitched it in there. After about 4 or 5 pitches, I pitched behind the grass, felt the thunk, set the hook, reeled in about a 6-pounder. Okay, now I thought I was that far off as far as like judging the weight of that fish, put in my live well cold, and got back up. To my surprise, that 4.5 pounder was still sitting there guarding fry. I realized that was a different fish that had just caught. Anyway, couldn't get the 4.5 pound fry garter to go, so I went down the bank and I started pitching this in the holes that were in the grass, and I ended up catching 7 or 8, and I believe it had 19 pounds. So I had a pretty low limit until I figured this out, and ever since then I've been throwing the Ika just like that. Now, another very popular way to rig it that you might not know about is actually using a screw lock. So basically you want to take your owner screw lock, screw it in at the very bottom, okay. All right, once you have it in there, okay, that's where your hook is gonna go. So, and then screw it in some more to tighten it down, that way you don't lose it. All right, so now your hook's pretty much snug in there. You can throw it just like that, or you can use some sort of weight, okay? There's 2 different weights that guys are using out there. One's pretty much a Voss screw-on weight. You're gonna screw that guy in here just like that, so when you pitch it out there, it's gonna dart down. Or you can use a tungsten weight and just stick it in there. This is what I like to do. Okay, so I personally throw this on a spinning rod. That way it can allow the bait to free fall. It's kind of hard to do that on a bait casting rod, but again, spinning rod, same exact rod, since I'm using the same exact hook on my wacky rig Senko. So it's a very convenient way to change presentation with the same rod setup. So basically, if I want to rig this on, just take my Senko off my spinning rod, rig it up just like that, great around docks, great around highly pressured fish, and you'll be surprised that you're going to catch a lot of big fish. I consider this a big fish bait, so give it a shot, guys. Think you're going to like it. If you haven't thrown it, rig it just like that, and just toss it around and hang on, because I know you're going to catch some big ones on it. So anyway, hopefully this tip has helped you. We'll catch you on the next one.